Good day, everyone. I'm Fredly Bukog from the Office of Soul, and I will be your virtual trainer for this session. This session is all about how to organize resources such as URL, file, or YouTube link using book and page. So now I will proceed to my Soul account. So here is my Soul account. So I will now open my sample course. So here, let's have an overview about resources. So in our My Soul, we have different types of resources, but we will focus on the two resource. We have the book and then the page. So resources is all about displaying the teaching materials or learning materials of our lessons or topic. So here we will focus on the two kinds of resources in our MySoul. We will focus on the book and then we have the page. So let's have a short overview of particular resources. So book resource makes it easy to create a multi-page resources with a book-like format. And then on the other hand, the page is a resource creates a link to a screen that display the content created by the teacher. So in other words, the book contains chapters and subchapters. And each chapters and subchapters has its content page. While in the page part, this is displaying one single page having or showing a specific topic. So, example, if you have your lesson one, so lesson one is about preparatory readings, then you can incorporate series of readings by just displaying the content of that articles. So example, article one, and then hyperlink that one to the specific website. So page is good for displaying a series of readings or somehow in SBE or other departments, you can use it as a type of glossary or vocabularies section for the page. So here to have an overview, so let's do it step by step. So let's begin with the book resource. So I have here, so we will proceed with the book resource section. So here, so the book resource may be used so in displaying reading material for individual modules of study. So it is used also in staff departmental handbook or another is to showcase portfolio of the student work. So on the other hand, book is somehow enables a teacher to create a multi-page resource in book-like format. As I said earlier, book contains chapters and sub-chapters. You cannot go deep to it by adding another sub-chapters, but we will use only the very basic steps or structure, the chapters and sub-chapters. So books can contain media files. So it contains different kinds of contents such as you can example in a content page you can add image, plain text or links to it or a combination of this. So this is the example of a book structure. So here you will notice we have the book title. The book title in this example is online research. And then we also have a description of the book. In this part, we have the description of the book in image. image type. And then here, this description will tackle what is the overview of that particular book title. So it's up to you on how you structure the description of the book. It could be plain text or image or hyperlink. And then we can, on the right side, this shows the table of contents. So here, this pertains to the chapters. Okay, we have 4 chapters in this particular book. Okay, so once they click that book online research, automatically it will lead to the table of contents. Okay, so here we have we have 4 chapters. So if you by default it is automatically in the first chapter. So first chapter is this one, and then we have now the content page. So if you scroll down, this will be the content page of that particular chapter. So in the content page, as I said earlier, you can incorporate plain text, images, links, and maybe a combination of this. Okay. So in this part, I add plain text, and of course, I also add hypertext. That means that it will hyperlink to a specific website once click. Example, this internet is the hypertext. So if I click this internet, it will lead to that particular website. And then I have also images, and then I also include an image that is hyperlinked to a specific file. Okay, so once I click this particular image, automatically it will view the file. It will view the file, and then you have an option to download it. So in this case, this is somehow an overview of that book structure. Okay, and then I will now go to the course page of the book. Okay, so we go to the book resource section, and then so that's the overview of the book structure. So now let's create the book resource. So to create, so click create learning activity. So you will be redirected with a pop-up window of create learning activity. So we will click the resources tab, and then we will click the book, okay? The book icon. In that book icon, okay, you specify the name of the book. So in this case, to organize your learning materials, you should have a draft of the contents. So in my case, I have a draft of my contents in a document file. So all I need to do is just simply copy and paste. So for example, we have this one. I will tackle the topic resources. Okay, I will just simply copy and then to the paste that to the MySoul. So example, resources is my topic. And then here, the description of the book. So in the description of the book, then you can customize it by dividing the description page into two. So you just simply not scroll, but click the arrow down icon. And then you will click the Bootstrap Grid. So in this in this icon, this pertains to dividing the particular page into how many. So example, if we have two columns equally divided or three columns, or if I want to use this particular layout. So example, the third layout I will choose. So we have column 1 and then column 2. So example, in column 1, I want to add an image about resources. So I will click the image icon and then I will browse the repositories and then I will choose the file. So for instance, I also have the given resources already in the documents. So I will just open the folder and then I will pick the resources icon and then I will click open and then upload this file. And then here in this case, you can click the description not necessary and then save image. So scroll down. Okay. So here we proceed with the next division of that description page. So here I will place in this particular part about the description of resources. So I will just simply copy the plain text to my document file. So I will just simply copy and then paste that one to our my soul and then paste. And then here, okay. In that case, you have your book title, the reference are the resources, and then you have now the description of that particular book. This is for example. So I divided the description into two parts. So first part is displaying a particular image, and then the second part is just the plain text. And then we will now edit the settings. So we have the visibility. So if you are still making the book, so my recommendation is to hide from students. And then their appearance. So we have here the chapter formatting. So you have three selection numbers. So meaning automatically the system will create the table of contents by number. So example, if that's chapter 1, so 1 and then the chapter name. And then in bullets, so bullet and then chapter name and then indented, so indent and then the chapter name. So basically the chapters and sub chapters uh, will be format according to your choice. So example, I will choose the default, the numbers. So example, numbers. So if I have a subchapter regarding chapter 1, so my subchapter will be 1.1. So in that case, so the style of navigation, so let's just leave that one as default. So images. And then we have the outcomes. So no need to change the outcomes. And then here. So we have, that is the very basic of the book settings. We need to define the title of the book and then the description of the book. And then if you're done editing the visibility and then the appearance, then you can click the save and display. Save and display. So it will redirect now to the first chapter. So for instance, I have my chapter title. So don't begin with, like example, you have Roman numeral 1 or 1. So automatically the the system will create the form a chapter formatting, so which we have numbers. So automatically you will give the content name. So this is based from your file from your document. So example, you have your chapter 1, and then I will just copy the title. So and then you just simply copy and then paste the title, and then by default, of course, this is your first, so the sub content is disabled. So here in the content page, so in this content page, you can add plain text, images, links, or a combination of this. So for instance, here in this chapter 1, I will place only plain text. So you can have a plain text and then incorporate some photo about the book resource. What's the icon for book? So I will just copy the plain text. And then for this case, I want this content page to be divided into two. So two columns. So you just click the drop the arrow down, and then you have the Bootstrap Grid. And then for instance, you will select this third layout. So in this case, in the first column, I will just add image. So click the image icon and then browse your repositories and then choose a file. And then for example here, I will click a book icon and then open and then upload this file. And then description not necessary. So you save. So you have now the book, and then you can align it to center, and then you will proceed with the column 2. So this is just displaying the plain text. So I will just uh, copy and control V. So this will be the content. So in this case, this will be the chapter 1. Okay, the chapter 1 only give you the information of what is book all about. So I will click the save changes. So automatically, okay, so it will proceed to the table of contents. So you have now your book resource. Okay, so in the upper portion, you will see the book title as well as the description. Okay, as well as the description of that book. And then you scroll down, you will see now the content page of that first chapter. So to add another chapters or sub content, you need to click the turn editing on. So if you click that one, four icons will be displayed. We have here in the chapter 1, so we have the gear icon. This pertains that you can edit the chapter. And then we also have the bin. This is to delete the chapter. And then the I pertains to hide the chapter. And then the plus is to add a chapter. So in my case, I will add another chapter or sub-chapter. So I will click the plus icon. And then here you have your content title. So based from my document file, so I have a sub-chapter. Okay. So here I will just simply copy and then paste that one to our MySoul. So the content title is book reference video presentation. So in this case, this will be a sub-content or a sub-chapter of book resource chapter. So here in the content page of this book resource video presentation, I will just simply let them watch a particular video. So in this part, you will just copy a YouTube link. Okay, so you just copy and then paste that in the content page. Okay, so once copied, then you can click the Save Changes button. So in this part, as you notice, we have in chapter formatting, we have chapter one, and then we have the subchapter. So here, if you click this part, in this part, we are in the editing mode. Okay, so in the subchapter, we have the book resource video presentation. So in this part, you just add a YouTube link. And then here you will also notice the another icon will be revealed. So this is up and down icon. So this is the arrangement if you want to arrange that particular uh, particular chapters or subchapters. And then I will add another chapter. Okay, so you click the plus icon, and then here this is not a sub chapter. So example, this is page. So page is not a sub chapter of book resource presentation. So here I will just simply disable the sub content, and then I will just copy the page. Okay, the plain text for page, and this is the page resource. So example, this I will just edit the name of the chapter, and then I will divide the content page into using the bootstrap grid into two columns. So column one displays the image, so I click the image icon and then browse. For instance, here we have the page, and then upload this file and then click the description not necessary and then save. Then I will align it. So select and then you click the align center. And then in the column 2 is just showing you the plain text of page. And then I will click the save changes button. And then here we have now the second chapter. And then we will add a sub chapter to it. So click the plus icon, and then you will just simply copy the title and then just copy the YouTube URL. And then here in this part, this is the sub content or sub chapter of page resource. Okay, so we need to click this sub content if that is the sub chapter of that particular chapter. And then click the save changes button. And then we can also see the chapter formatting. So that in that case, okay, that will be your content of your book. So you have two chapters. So we have book resource, and then we have book page, and each chapters have one subchapter. And then if you're done, then click the torn editing off button. And then this will be the view of the student regarding your table of contents of that book. So if you click book resource, automatically it will reveal now the content page of that particular chapter. So in this part, we incorporated image, plain text, URLs in our content page of that particular book in the form of chapters and subchapters. In this part, the student can also print this particular book by just simply clicking the print book. So if they click this print book, so automatically it will give them a new tab and then showing your contents of that particular book. If that is video, the only thing that is printed is the thumbnail of that particular video. So that's how you structure a particular book. So if you want to go to your course page, okay, so we will click our course name. So we will click book resource section. So here, this is the structure of our newly created book like format. So we have here, we have a book, and then we have subchapters of that particular book. So it is in bullet because this we only have one subchapter. Okay. So if we want them to see if this is final, if your book is final, so you need to click the three vertical dots and then click the show. Okay. And then this particular book is visible to the student's side or perspective. So all they need to do is just simply click that particular resource, says that's the book title, and then you have here now the table of contents. So that's the book style. So in other words, if you have a series of information, like example, you have your example, uh, chapter one has composed of 7 topics. So you need to chop it down by chapters, and then if they have subchapters, then you can also use the book format. So in this case, you can incorporate example in the content page or making the content page of the chapters and subchapters. So you may uh, include an image, a plain text, hyperlinks, or you can use your Google Drive by simply copy the Google Drive link, and then if you have another resources or external virtual or external video platforms just like YouTube, then you can simply copy and paste the link of that YouTube. So this is somehow to reduce the storage capacity of your virtual classroom. So you can use your YouTube account and then place your pre-recorded videos there. And then in our My Soul, you just simply copy and paste the YouTube link. This is to reduce the storage capacity of your virtual classroom. And this will help a lot in the student side in the matters of loading time. Okay, loading time about opening your pre-recorded videos, so you can make use of those apps, Google Drive, and then you have your video platform sharing just like YouTube. And then, so that's the resources. So now we will proceed with the page. Okay, so here we go to the page. So click the page resource. So this will be the page resource section. So page is a resource, creates a link to a series that displays the content created by the teacher. So the text editor allows the page to display many different kinds of context or content such as plain text, images, audio, video, embedded code, or a combination of this. So the usage of page resource is good for displaying example. You have your glossary section, so meaning vocabularies or terminologies. You have your references. Then you can use page. And then if you have a certain topic that has many readings or article readings, then you can use page for that. So for example, here we have, this is the example of page. So we have example empowerment technologies preparatory readings, and then this will be the page title. And then we have here the general instruction. This pertains to the description of that page. And then if we you can see the read more. So this pertains to the call to action button. If they click read more, and then it will redirect to that particular page. So we have uh, three readings. So all they need to do is just simply click that reading one, and then it will redirect to another website or another tab. So reading two, or it will open to a specific website or blog, and then reading three. So in this part, we have it linked to a specific file. So that is the usage of a page resource. So how to make a page resource? So you just scroll down and then click the create learning activity, and then click the resources tab, and then click the page icon. So in this part, so again, you have a draft regarding your topic. So for example, I have my document file, so I will just simply copy and paste. So for instance, this will be the title, okay, the title and then the content. So I will just paste that to our My Soul account. So here we have the page name, we have resources, and then the description or your general instruction, or basically the description of the page. So you can place there, we have the description. And then here we have our general instruction. And then now proceed to the page content. So for instance here, we'll just simply copy. So we have example, we have four, four readings. So copy, you just simply copy your contents and then so we have the last one. So in this part, I have now my page title resources and then my description of that particular page. And then we have now the page content. So we have one, two, three, four, four readings. So all you need to do is just simply select the plain text and then you will add a link. So example, book resource. So click the link icon and then copy. Example for this part, I will just copy the URL. This is particularly a website that talks about this particular topic. So I will just copy and paste and then I will click, I will check the checkbox open in a new window and then click create link button and then another reading. So you select the plain text and then you click the link icon. Then you will just simply copy the URL and then paste and then click open in a new window and then click the create link button. And then here in in the URL resource, you just simply select the text and then click the link icon. And then here, just simply paste and then open in a new window and then click the create link button. And then for our last one, we have the file resource. We just select the text and then click the link icon. And then in this point, uh, we will use the file in PDF. So we will just click the open in a new window and then browse repositories. So you browse your file. Example, I have a PDF file from my documents. So you just simply copy your PDF file and then open and then upload this file. Okay. So in this part, we have four readings. The first three readings, we hyperlink that one to a specific website. And the last reading, we hyperlink that one to a file. So you just simply, if you're done editing about your page content, then kindly click the save and return to course. So this will be the structure of your page. So you have your page title, you have your description of that page, and then if you click read more, then it will redirect now to the page containing a series of readings. So example, if you click book resource, so it will open a new tab or a new website. And then page, okay, and then URL, and then the last one we have file resource. This is attached to a specific file. So file, and then that's it, that particular file. So that's how you structure a page. Okay, so the page usage, I will repeat. You can use page for displaying of a series of readings or article readings or glossary, and then you have also a list of resources or references. So that's the purpose of having a page. And to organize fully your virtual classroom, take into consideration the usage of your uploading materials, like uploading your teaching materials in your Google Drive, or you have pre-recorded videos, you can use your YouTube account. And then you can just simply copy and paste the link of YouTube link or Google Drive link to the My Soul account by the use of book or page. So in that part, you can help the student in loading time regarding opening your pre-recorded videos or learning materials. So that's how you organize organize resources or teaching materials using book or page. So thank you very much for watching this and see you on the next virtual training.